Marty Menser of Cedar Grove Middle School, and I teach Shaisha, James, and Austin in basketball poets.
Austin Chestnut, and my favorite subject is math, and I really don't like thinking about myself, so this is kind of weird. I like to say that I like to think about others before myself and do what I need to do that needs to get done.
My name is James Jackson, 13, Cedar Grove Middle School. I'm kind of funny, I'm athletic, I like to run, like to play video games, chill with my friends, stuff like that.
My name is Shaisha Hankins, and I am an 8th grader at Cedar Grove Middle. I like to sing. I love to write poetry.
Specifically speaking about Shaisha, I got her into basketball poets when she moved into Cedar Grove School, and she had been with me in elementary school where I taught, and she had been a basketball poet before. So she asked me, could she be a part of the group? And of course I said, write a poem. And she wrote a very sweet poem about her grandma, who is a big part of her life. She has very good support from her grandmother and her home.
I like to write poems about the people that I most care about. Like my grandma that was out here the other day. I write poems about her because to her she's not really my grandma, but she's my grandma, but I consider her as my mother, like my birth mother, because she's had me ever since I was 9 days old.
And she has been a leader in my PE class, and in that aspect, getting other girls to play basketball and realize they can be athletic and still be feminine and still be a girl, but get out there and play hard and play tough. Austin, I have had the delight of teaching him since 4th grade in elementary school. He is a true leader. He sees ways that he can reach younger students and his peers and teach them the joy of poetry. For example, he started a program long ago in the elementary school. When he was only in 4th grade, he said, Ms. Menser, can I go around to the younger kids and teach them poems? And so we allowed him to start a program called Poems for Poets.
What's your favorite part of school right now?
Basketball poets.
Why?
Definitely. It allows me to express myself through words and without having to say it out loud.
He wrote a poem this year that was very powerful about the death of his grandfather, and it brought him to tears. And that's what poetry should do, and it brought our whole group to tears and to understanding that it's okay for boys to cry. And so the sensitive side of Austin is amazing as well as his athletic side. He played lots of sports. I coached him in soccer, and he's currently running track. Speaking about James, he's another one that I have truly enjoyed having as a student from elementary school when he transferred into basketball poets. He knew about the program because I had introduced it to another elementary school. So he became a poet. He moved around to a lot of different schools in the county, but I was so glad to see him at Cedar Grove. And he was one of the first to hand me a poem and to be a part of the group. He is very articulate. He has a very broad vocabulary. He feels very passionately about poetry. He just wrote a poem called Poetic Roots, which speaks of all the poets. So he is well-read and well-versed in the poets.
I guess because the work's getting harder and they're trying to push you towards the end of the year and make sure that you have everything that you need to get into high school. So I'll make sure I have that.
He is a great athlete. He is currently running track, and he's very proud of his 2nd place finish in the 100 yesterday. And he participates in basketball and also in football. And he is going to get some awards at the athletic banquet for his great participation on those sports teams.
So what's your favorite class?
P.
P? Why is that?
Because I get to learn.
This time in my students' lives is very challenging as they approach the end of their middle school years in 8th grade to go on to high school. They have a lot of things going on to decide in high school what track they will be on and what courses they'll take, and they're trying to make sure they have a goal to get AB honor roll and finish out this school year on a high note.
I'm forward to going to West Brunswick next year to become a 9th grader. because I'm ready to take on challenges and see new faces, new people, in a new school.
Are you gonna miss 8th grade at all?
You know, I miss the teachers out here. I miss some of my friends that's going to South.
I'm looking forward to going to high school. I'm really looking forward to transitioning to high school.
Are you looking forward to going to 9th grade?
Yes, very much.
Why?
More room to do stuff. I get more space.
It get hard at the end of the year. I just gotta keep staying where I'm at and try not to drop.
Get my high school diploma, go to college to become a preacher, and probably some other things as well.
I'm a person that likes to take challenges.
And we have our EOG testing coming up in the end of May, and they all are motivated to do very well, but it's very challenging. The stress levels are sometimes higher in the building as we approach the testing times and as we approach the end of the school year.
Most of the time, good. But, I mean, it's gonna be like a lot of drama, and I know that. And so, I mean, it's a lot of drama that goes with it, but we end up making it up and still being friends.
Biggest challenge is like peer pressure. It's a lot of it going on.
That part of it, I feel very strongly to give them a release from all the stresses of studying and pressures and peer pressure they experience, like the peer pressures that are negative to do things that are poor choices like drugs or sex or poor choices. I eliminate those choices by giving them the alternative, which is exercise and sports and poetry and play, and those alternatives keep my students on the right track through these challenges.